Here's question number 4. 3 1 kilogram room temperature samples of lead, which has a specific heat of 0.130 joules per gram Kelvin, aluminum, which has the specific heat of 0.900, and ethanol, specific heat of 2.44, are placed in a heating furnace. After 30 minutes, order these samples by increasing temperature. So we have a formula, which you're probably familiar with, that relates heat with change of temperature. And that's Q equals mc delta T. And we have 3 samples. So we have lead, which has a specific heat C is 0.130. And then we have aluminum with a specific heat of 0.900. And then finally we have ethanol, which has a specific heat of 2.44. By the way, this is just an abbreviation for ethanol. If we really wrote it out, it would be CH3CH2OH. Don't let that confuse you. Okay, so the problem says, once again, it says, after 30 minutes in this heating furnace, order these samples by increasing temperature. And there's 1 kilogram of each. So we have to rank them by the change in temperature, basically. So what we can do, we can rearrange this equation algebraically by bringing the mc to the other side, or dividing both sides by mc. We can say that Q over mc equals delta T. So since we're curious about the change in temperature, now we have that variable by itself in the equation. So let's think about this problem for a second. It says that there's 1 kilogram of each sample. So that means the M for for all 3 of these species is going to be 1. Okay? Similarly, they are all placed in the heating furnace for 30 minutes. So they're subjected to the same amount of heat. So that means Q for all 3 samples are going to be the same. So the only difference in the only reason why they have differences in change of temperature is C, the specific heat. So basically since this is a constant and this is constant, what we've reduced the equation to is that T is proportional, that's a bad alpha, T is, let me see here, T is proportional, there we go, to 1 over C. So the higher the C, the lower the change in temperature. Same thing, so if you have a really low number here, that's going to be higher than if you have a really high number here. Like 1 over 1 is bigger than 1 over 2. So, once again, the lowest specific heat is going to have the highest change in temperature. So, lead is going to have a higher, or PB, is going to have a higher specific heat than aluminum. Is going to have a higher change in temperature, sorry. Aluminum, which is going to have a higher change in temperature than ethanol. Or PB is greater than AL is greater than ETOH. So that corresponds to answer number 3 on your test.